For today's deck testing video, we're going to go ahead and take a new spin on an old classic. We're going to be playing Telvanni Control, which has been around since the dawn of Telvanni, but we're going to try to meme it up with Hannibal Traven. Now, it's going to be difficult because it is a unique legendary, so guaranteeing that we pull him and get to do fun things with him is kind of hard, especially in my traditional like deck testing video format where we play 2 games, win or lose. But I've just kind of jam-packed this with a bunch of cool things that I think would be fun to trigger with Hannibal. I've essentially taken Nixox's combo and made it infinitely worse and tried to center it around making Hannibal go off in a ridiculous way. So my real goal, what I hope to do, is be able to resolve a Devaith's experiments while Hannibal is on the board. But even something as silly as like Fresh Start, where you get to draw a bajillion cards, getting some doppelganger action going so you get multiple Hannibals potentially triggering, etc., I think is a lot of fun, or has the potential to be fun. There's also some other cheeky stuff in here as well. For example, I am running Thorana because we're running a bunch of actions for Hannibal, so it makes sense to run her, but she can make your Soul Terrors become ridiculous. I'm running one Martin Septim, not because he's the focus. I'm going to do a specific scout deck around trying to change him into the avatar, but mostly because he's a good statted body for his cost, and he has the potential to enable extra magicka, which will allow you to do ridiculous things with Hannibal. So stuff like that. But as always, the deck code will be in the video description, and we're going to go ahead and jump on the ladder and play 2 games, win or lose. And as I said, the downside to this format, right, is that sometimes I have an idea and I don't get to show it off, so hopefully this is not one of those times. I don't do a lot of like highlight videos, if that makes sense, where I spend a long time like trying to do a specific thing and then I just show you the specific thing, because I believe while those are fun, and I do those from time to time, I believe that there's an awful lot of value in taking an idea and just throwing a couple of games at it, because then that shows people what the experience is more likely to be like. Every now and then, sometimes I do something ridiculous the first try, don't get me wrong, like that does happen as well, but just overall. Uh-oh. That's not a good sign. So, if I see Monk, like we do, and I see a Mud Crab on the first turn, my immediate fear, or suspicion, or however you want to word it, is that we're playing against Animal Monk, which is something I do want to revisit. I think that Animal Monk has got some new tools. Yep. And I also think... snoop this and take the trade here. I also think that I want to do some more with supports, because the new card that summons a support based on his power is interesting. It's weird, right? Like, I know Invade is like the hallmark of this set, if that makes any sort of sense at all, but I have a long list of very interesting cards that I want to try out in either new decks or in old decks that have nothing to do with the Invade mechanic. Alright. Cliff Racer, maybe? Oh! Okay. Well, that is worth a negation. That is worth a negation. I've also, believe it or not, I've been seeing a ton of people playing Fresh Start, and not just as a one-of like I am, but like 2 and 3-ofs. I don't know what it is, but people love Fresh Start.
What have we here?
Well, at least I got a discount on one card this time. And by at least, I mean... that makes me a bit sad. For example, if we can stick this Thorana, though. Oh boy. I think I want to save the negation this time. I don't have anything that I can play at 4 either, so... but I don't want them to get too many discounted cards. And we're at a comfortable health total. And while I thought this was Animal Monk, and I think it still might be, I think they also might be trying to set up for some sort of combo.
We must count on our wits.
Make no mistake, So they stole, well, not stole, they created a Sun and Shadow with their Mudcrab Merchant, and now I'm just envious. I really want to get this Thorana down, but they keep not letting me. They keep making me respond. I largely want to get the Thorana down because I want to play Fresh Start and shuffle in a bunch of zero-cost Fresh Starts because that makes me happy. I love that new Shadow Shift animation so much. Harpy, draw a card, potential removal. So our Necromancer's already got a decent tool set.
Nothing will stop my rise.
Anasi finds it useful to use
Stealing my guard and my drain, how dare you? How dare you? I feel like right now is a good time to maybe just Necromancer and Shackle something to try to set up for an Ice Storm clear next turn. But then again, like, I could just play Thorana. Alright, fine. Yeah, let's go with the Harpy. Shackle here. Just gonna have to be patient, I guess. I almost wish I was running Gambler in this because I want to ditch this. This is kind of a dead card, and what's worse is I don't want the 2 random Dwemer in my hand, so playing it to get it out of my hand just means clogging up my hand even further.
Chimera, spirit of the sky, guide us.
Okay, that's an annoyance.
Don't count me out yet. Ready to move out.
Nothing will stop my rise.
Behold my power.
Alright, so it's not gonna be a full clear, but
The waters of life.
hopefully it's enough to kind of keep us alive for a bit.
Chimera, spirit of the sky,
Oh my
guide
lord.
us.
Nothing will stop my
Don't count
rise.
me out yet. Ready to move out. Ready to move out.
Oh my lord. Well,
Rise, my servant.
I guess what are going to be our other plays here? Probably Barrow Stalker and Sorcerer's Negation. Harpy still negates more damage than Blackhand Messenger does, so it's probably correct.
I smell the stench of the
I'm
living.
gonna take it back. It's not gonna be a negation. Wow. Second Fervor into second Standard Bearer. Not good for us. And I think that I'm not running Shadowfen Priest. If I remember right, I think when I was building the deck, it was a choice between Shadowfens and Distillers, and I decided to go more toward Wombo Combo than Control, which might have been a mistake. And by might have been, I mean 100% was a mistake. So if you use the deck code to copy this at some point, fix that. We're gonna take a lot of damage here. They still have 4 cards in hand. Interesting, they made that trade for me.
I'll do what I must. Until my last breath.
Ugh. Still no Ice Storm, Debilitate. And clear 2 of these, but then we're just dead to Cliff Racer. And I legit don't know if Laneth is going to find me anything that saves me here either. So I think we actually have to go the Merchant's Camel route. Let's see what we can find. Well, none of those help right now. Hannibal has the potential to help. I mean, we finally found our Hannibal. The problem is we're not, I think, gonna survive long enough to make it matter.
Behold my power.
That was weird. I, like, double clutched when I played the card. It's like I caught it in midair or something. Alright, so I think we're still dead to... Well, we're definitely dead to Tazcad. They need 1 extra damage from a Cliff Racer in hand. I needed to find board sweeps. Oh no. Oh no. Man, we are getting absolutely shredded here. Like, it's not even close. The double Divine Fervor was a real problem. Because it just means that even if I draw a board sweep, it's not good enough. Trying to think about what would potentially save me here. At 14, I would need... I didn't find it. I was thinking at 14 I would need something I could combine with Hannibal and then also Dark Rebirth him. We have the Hannibal and the Dark Rebirth, but no Ice Storm. Nothing of that nature.
Are you listening to me? You better be.
Well, we're gonna do this just because I want to do it. Because I just want to shuffle them in, but the game's already over. And we will play... Sure, I guess a Heartbeat. Why not? Doesn't matter. Alright, so we're gonna be going on to game 2 here. Hand was, I mean, a bit clunky there. Like, we had the 1 board sweep when we needed it, but we were not able to rebound from the refill. The double Divine Fervor into a standard bearer was a bad time. Yeah, Odaving would have saved us. Oh, that's such a slap in the face. That's such a slap in the face. After all that, we get the Odaving. Alright. Well, at least I got a daily done out of it. Let's try this again. So we found the Hannibal, but we did not survive long enough to make him relevant. So we're hoping that round 2 goes a little bit more our way. And we've maybe learned from our mistake. I don't know. One sample size is a bit small, but we get matched up against Monk again, so I'm sure that when this deck punches me in the face, we'll have learned our lesson and realizing those distillers should have been Shadow Fens all along. But I wanted to plan for the Wombo combo. I wanted to have more fun, and you have more fun with more ramp. Just not allowed to have fun around these parts.
Wait. Did you hear that?
Oh, it wasn't a mud crab. Still gonna be an aggressive deck though. Alright.
I smell
do
the
this.
stench of the living.
I mean, at least we have a camel early to dig. We do have 1 board sweep and debilitate. This is the only debilitate, by the way. It's 3 Ice Storms, 1 debilitate, 1 Odaving for the board sweeps. I didn't want to go like super overboard. And Odaving theoretically I'm not running Uprising because there's no Nixoxes in this version. Like I said, we took Nixox combo and just made it significantly worse.
There's always
But there is still Dark Rebirths. One, A Night to Remember, so a Resolved Odahviing can result in a fair number of board clears as well. They're trying really hard to make sure this pit lane hits next turn, and sadly, there's absolutely nothing I can do to stop it. I want to develop this, but considering that we already have one Necro, I think we'll save it. But this is going to come down, and then it'll be a pit line. There it is.
You won't follow my plan.
I mean, this is pretty tempting just because it's a big boy.
No man can deny his destiny.
We're going to do it. Again, he's not in here because you're planning to flip him. I mean, theoretically, the tools exist in a deck like this, but this is in here because this next turn I can potentially end my turn, and then on the following turn get a earlier debilitate than normal. Like, I can Merchant's Camel this next turn, and I'm going to take damage as a result, but oh wow. They have a green card on top. It's got to be a Cliff Racer then, huh? Ooh, I kind of also just want to play this
We make our stand.
Hist Mage here, though. Camel or Hist Mage? Because if I pass, then I'm just going all in on the debilitate. And if I don't pass, like, playing Camel does nothing for... Yeah, I think we just play the Hist Mage here.
Feel the power.
We're just going to use him as a 3/7 body at this point for trading. Because they're going to trade into this, and then we're just going to use Necromancer. Hey, look, it's Divine Fervor again. Remember when I said they were going to make me regret not having Shadowfen 2 straight games? Well, I have officially learned my lesson. Yeah, we'll take this trade all day, I think. Take that trade all day. If we absolutely want to get him back later, we can. But he is not the point of our deck, not a point of emphasis at all. Wow. Okay.
Your orders.
Do you remember when I said the thing about being punished?
Da-da-dee-da! No, that's not right.
Alright. I guess I'm just playing against support-based monk decks for this video.
Over here, this way.
Yep, and that means for sure. There's no question in my mind they're also not, like, running forward camp or something. Oh my lord. Okay.
How can Uncle Crassius help?
Well, at least we have a debilitate to buy me some time here.
Your orders.
Well, and the doppelganger's not bad, but...
Da-dee-da-da! I'll get this yet!
I mean, this one is going to be annoying. Wow. They top decked into that 2-card combo. I'm just impressed at this point.
We must count on our wits.
Alright, let's do this and go grab... You could grab an Ice Storm. But, like, let's be honest, I'm also just going to doppelganger this turn, so I'm not sure that it really matters. Maybe I also do need to put in at least one Uprising. I think that was an oversight as well. So if you're watching this, we might do another video in the future, but the changes just right now based on this particular deck testing run is I would drop the 3 distillers in favor of 2 shadow fens and 1 uprising, just as a heads up. We're gonna grab this experiments though, and then we're gonna copy this and shackle here and grab 1 ice storm as well, just because we're gonna take a bunch of damage here, so we're gonna need an option for clearing it. Wow, another might. Do you remember when I said?
Into the breach.
Do you remember?
Nothing.
Unreal. And then we found another ice storm, so that's okay.
How can I
They're not
serve?
permanent solutions when they're getting free 3/2s every turn, but they will certainly help buy us some time. There's nothing like cool that we can really steal either with Manny. Alright, so we're gonna play at least one of these. And I know it sounds weird, but we're just gonna develop this so that if one of these spawns over here, we have an answer next turn. Like, we're just gonna saturate our magicka a bit. I mean, I guess Broom of Profiteer is not half bad to steal. We can start gaining health on our own. Okay. That's a wee bit annoying.
Steadfast, brothers. Your orders. Your orders.
That's a wee bit annoying.
Nothing will stop my
The
rise.
Night Mother will guide
Guess I'll
us.
do this.
The Black Hand sees all.
And clear one of these.
The hist
Get some more magicka, I guess. But again, like, it's really sad that our Manny Marco doesn't really have much. I mean, if we can flip this health total around, maybe I should have started attacking, then Manny into Golden Saint into, like, experiments could do some funny stuff. So that's actually semi-relevant here. Probably should have attacked there.
Hear that? Your orders. How can I serve?
This makes it 28 to 28. Yeah, this is actually... Okay, so we're gonna use this Ice Storm here, because we want to trigger the drain. And then we're just gonna do this. And this.
Feel the power within.
Because then that'll hopefully set it up so that we can poke them. And then Manny Marco a Golden Saint.
Your orders.
And they're gonna get a lot of value out of that top deck.
How
But
can I serve? How can I serve?
the important piece is we get to make some bodies here. So you can do this.
You trusted me. How foolish.
They still have another Golden Saint there, right? Because technically it makes a another one. So we just do this again.
You trusted me. How foolish.
It's better than putting it here because you get doubled up. We made some guards, yo.
Into the breach. Into the breach. Acknowledge. 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 I hear and obey.
Training is over. It's time to act.
All right.
Your order.
Now let me top deck Hannibal so that I can play this experiments with a Hannibal on the board. Because that's what I really want. That is not a Hannibal.
Long reign the
We're gonna go ahead and start pushing though,
Long reign the
because I don't want to go 0-2 in this video, and we basically have this on lockdown at this point. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. Because, you know, this is funny. And we'll put one of these over here as well. And again, like, we have the Manny, but other than the Golden Saint when they played it, they just don't really have anything that is fun to steal.
There's always a play.
Alright, well, they're going to flood the board really well, but if they don't have a way to give all this stuff charge... Like, maybe they have a unicorn? Like, replace this with a unicorn or something? Nope.
Into the breach.
I mean, this has got to be it, right?
How can I serve? Your orders.
Oh, and we found a soul tear that we could use on... Yeah. Alright. We need to do the math here, so we need to figure out a way to deal exactly 12 to skip. Oh, so that we don't even really need to do math. It's a nice easy. We just skip this last rune. Alright, so we didn't get to do the fun Traven stuff. We did get to at least make device experiments do fun stuff. So I guess it's like a half win. And you know, I'm gonna do something a bit different. I'm gonna do something I don't normally do. Normally I share the deck code as is, like when I make these, but we're gonna actually go in. I want to make those changes because I think it was an oversight. I think that I was just too tunnel visioned on trying to do fun combo stuff. I think that those need to come out, and I really feel like 2 Shadowfen Priests, whoops, and 1 Ulfric's Uprising. I think that these are just better changes, so I'm going to make the changes now, and then this will be the deck code that I share in the video description, because clearly we have a problem when dealing with supports, and this is why you do the deck testing. It's important to know what your weaknesses are and what you want to do to address them. So anyway, if you made it this far, I appreciate it. Again, kind of a bummer we didn't get to do fun Hannibal Traven stuff, so I might revisit this list in the future because I want to pull it off while recording. But that's it. That's 2 games, win or lose, or regardless of the results. So thanks for watching, and until next time, may you walk on warm sands.